okay with the events that are unfolding currently. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from The Quartering. I hope you are having a wonderful, wonderful day. There's been some interesting developments over on Twitter with the Libs of TikTok account. In particular, late yesterday, Elon Musk getting involved after some very shocking messages were put out, leaked apparently from internal Twitter employees. This is the type of conversation that I would completely have expected. A lot of people posted when I shared some of the chat logs that, this is like almost looks like a meme. But I assure you these people are real and these conversations are real. And these are, the type of people that should be first on the chopping block, quite frankly, with Elon coming in. Now, before I get into that, just a huge shout out to this video sponsor. I'm going to keep it super short. Private internet access. Look, if you pay for Netflix, Disney Plus, Hulu, or any of these things, you're missing out on a ton of content. You can access that simply by using a VPN. You can also protect your browsing habits, keep data away from big tech. Private internet access has a strict no logs policy. It's 100% open source and has been supporting this channel since as long as I can remember. So if you don't currently have a VPN, I'm going to leave a coupon code or a link in the description and pinned comment for you to save 82% off. I don't know how long they're going to keep this deal running, so make sure you pick it up today. Now, this via the Libs of TikTok Substack, and it's pretty shocking stuff. Conservative Twitter accounts are dropping like flies. Just today, Ali Stuckey was locked out for, quote, hateful conduct. Her crime criticized Fox News for celebrating a child's gender transition. There was nothing hateful about her tweet. She wasn't harassing anyone. She certainly didn't call for any type of bad behavior. She merely dissented. That's all it takes. PV recently exposed Twitter's bias with undercover video of an employee admitting that they censor conservatives, but we really didn't need a hidden camera to know about their bias, which is blatant. It'd take effort not to see it, which is what we see from mainstream press, right? They're like going berserk trying to gaslight everyone and say that, oh, this is not, you guys are crazy. You guys are crazy. This isn't happening. Oh, it's happening, my friends. Remember that golden, 2 weeks when, I remember it, when I gained 30,000 followers overnight and had hundreds and thousands of interactions on almost every tweet. That's all gone now. Libs of TikTok continues. We've experienced our share of it firsthand. It started in April when we got 2 back-to-back suspensions. Following those suspensions, the left was emboldened. Knowing I wanted to remain anonymous, they went on a mission to expose me in the hopes of intimidating me into silence. This culminated with me being doxxed by 89-year-old Taylor Lorenz at the Washington Post. Instagram got in on the censorship wagon too. They, quote, mistakenly disabled our account and reinstated it after, quote, realizing their error. Linktree suspended us too. Hey, this is something I'm going to tell her via DMs too. I think it would probably be a good habit for her to blur out the names of the tweets and names of the Snapchat people that she's posting. Look, people can find it if they need to. But I think they're going to start to use that against her. Saying that you make it too easy for targeted harassment, even though I have 5 Twitter accounts out there that literally just repost my tweets and then twist them around and send waves of harassment my way. But when you're not on the left, you are a fair target. We received our third Twitter suspension just last week for posting flyers of Pride events. I had created a mega drag thread which documented the sharp rise in drag events for kids. It's a disturbing trend. The left has become obsessed with ensuring that your 4-year-old has access to men dressed as women while dancing provocatively for cash. Look, again, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, absolutely nothing wrong with drag shows for adults, all right? I suppose you could have some version of a family-friendly one, but I've never seen it. I usually see gyrations and dollar bills getting put in. I don't really see anything family-friendly about them. I will say, again, this is not a crazy opinion to have. This is what like most people would agree. The below Slack conversation between Twitter employees occurred today against this backdrop and echoes some of the charges leveled at us by far-left activists. It was shared with us by a Twitter employee who wishes to remain anonymous. We verified the names and images of the employees before we obscured them. Feels more likely that Libs of TikTok will get verified badge out of this instead of a platform ban. Happy Pride. This is inside their Slack, I guess. Then these are the employees. The Twitter equivalent of I'm not touching you, I'm not touching you. I don't really know what the letter T means. This has been escalating for a few months for what it's worth. But our expectations out of Twitter are so low right now that the devil himself is having to squat to get to their level. Ugh. Like I don't get how this account, which exists, quote, solely to generate targeted V-word at marginalized people, continues to be allowed to post. Well, first of all, that's not true. Second of all, even if it were true, how could you even prove that? You're just stating something absurd as an absolute fact. They write, and which is funny, I mean, we successfully deplatformed Trump. I don't think deplatforming Libs of TikTok is going to cause... Oh, I'm sorry. They said, but if we just deplatform this account, we might erode trust in our platform from users who already think we're irredeemably biased against conservatives. Emoji. I'm sure that's like a sarcastic thing. I mean, we successfully deplatformed Trump. I don't think deplatforming Libs of TikTok is going to cause a mass exodus, but I guess it may not be in our, quote, fiduciary interest to enact a ban on a high-profile account right now. They tell you, like, what they're thinking about right there. They're thinking, hey, we're going to do it, right? We're going to do it, but we want to let things cool down a little bit. We don't want to, we don't want the backlash. We're definitely going to ban them. I mean, and we can rest assured, and I think it's very reasonable to assume that they have basically every deboosting tactic in place that they possibly can. Trans people are being targeted for what? Okay, this is like that's crazy. Like I said, our expectations are low, given that when James Damore came on with his transphobic misogyny, Twitter gave him a verified badge and let him go by fired for truth. I apologize. I'm not speaking from my own perspective, but applying a commentary on how leadership has behaved recently, I could have phrased that better. Somebody got yelled at, right? I despise and despair the activity that's currently flourishing on our platform. By the way, there are innumerable accounts that are wildly popular with the left that do this exact same thing to conservatives. Like, exact same thing, okay? And believe me, there are plenty of cringe, hilarious conservatives out there. Now, there are a few tweeps, that's what Twitter employees call themselves, involved in this exchange. As you can see, they're weighing the pros and cons of banning us. One of them expresses concern that the ban will only validate the charge that Twitter is biased. The reference to Trump's, quote, successful deplatforming is interesting. He was permanently banned, of course, the same charge the left hopes to stick to us. Concern is then raised about fiduciary duties, but an ultra-woke tweet fires back, how dare you bring up fiduciary duties while trans folks are literally being wiped off the face of the earth? Like a good little ally, the rebuked tweet apologizes and promises to do better in the future. Perhaps most remarkable is how they parrot the exact same lines we hear from far-left activists. There's no debate about whether we're actually the Terrys bent on doing terrible things. In their view, it's just a given. And by the way, if you go to like libsoftiktok.com, you can join their Substack and you can support them financially if you so please, or you can just follow stories like this. This on top of, by the way, innumerable, threats in which Elon Musk actually gets involved. Libs of TikTok tweets, update, I've now received about a dozen, threats on my life. After these radical leftists claimed I was a Terry, Twitter has not removed any of the accounts and of those who sent the threats. Elon Musk gets involved and says, why at Twitter? And then immediately after Elon replies, suspended. So there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 9. You have the bread enjoyer and bootlicker and underdog. And you know what's crazy about a lot of these lunatics? They're like using their actual accounts. Now you can definitely say, okay, 0 following, 0 followers. Okay, it's a sock account, probably using a VPN. I wouldn't exactly be worried about this, but there are some other stuff. I hope somebody finds you at night and does something terrible. I can't even repeat that. It'd be a good idea to check your brake lines before driving for the next month or so. Be a real shame if you passed away in a car accident of some kind. There's somebody with 40 followers. Of course, he, him. I just found your mom on Facebook. She's so cute and obese. It would be a shame if something decided to cut the weight off of her and left her somewhere to, pass away. Watch out. Like that's it. And this person has 100 followers. These are not like certified bots. These are like people who are sending this stuff and think it's okay. Here's more. I'm going to kidnap you and do these terrible things. Blah blah blah. I can't show that image because it's extremely graphic. Just popping in to say you're a horrible person and you should end yourself. End yourself again. Women are powerful. Sending that. Okay, Ukraine flag NPC. Again, you can see just tons and tons and tons. The radical leftist who supportedly DM'd Libs of TikTok to go after her was actually a right-wing fan of hers who thought she would get the sarcasm and enjoy the joke. Was it? Maybe. I mean, I don't know. But it's actually absolutely insane. And, without, Elon Musk getting involved, I'd be willing to bet that none of these accounts would have been banned. I just don't believe that they would have been. Now, Elon has an all hands on deck meeting on Thursday, which I'm going to cover today. It can't come fast enough. Anyone is asking for special treatment, but what we're asking for is an even set of rules. When you have these lunatic employees working for you, that's just never going to happen. It's time to clean house. I hope you enjoyed this video. We'll talk to you again real soon.